My name is Huny, and this is my QBurgh Artist Spotlight. Hi, my name is Huny Young. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them. I'm a photographer. I do some creative direction work as well. I'm also an event producer and a DJ. I do a lot of stuff. And the kind of art I create is visual arts, photography, as well as nightlife, all that centers around the queer community. What gets me excited about creating art, I really like primarily shining a spotlight on Black womanhood as well as the queer community. That excites me, I think, as a Black queer woman. I like to see myself reflected in the art I create. I love to see my community reflected properly. I like the idea of framing specifically Black women, Black queer women on the walls of museums and art galleries. I think that we deserve as a community and as Black women to see ourselves reflected in these revered art spaces. I think us as queer people as well really appreciate the representation of other queer people highlighting our community. And it just excites me because I'm inspired by the Black queer community in particular. And also, like, I work a lot in nightlife, and that's just an exciting in itself. But with my photography specifically, I think what's most exciting is where it can take me. So I have been in Pittsburgh for 11 years, which is crazy. I moved here from New York City. I moved here because my mom moved here. She's from Pittsburgh originally. She was born and raised here. She left before I was born, and then she moved back when I was in college. New York was getting very expensive, and I love New York. Don't get it twisted, but I just wanted a different experience for myself. And my mom convinced me to come to Pittsburgh. I thought maybe I'd be here for like maybe 2 or 3 years. I was really drawn by the grant opportunity in Pittsburgh, specifically Advancing Black Arts by Heinz Endowment and the Pittsburgh Foundation. My cousin Damon Young, who is a writer, he had won that grant a couple of years before I moved here, and it just felt like a good opportunity. It felt like even at like a smaller city. New York is so huge, and I love that about it, but it's also a little overwhelming to trying to break into new fields. I had thrown parties back in New York, but nothing like event production, which is something I was really interested in doing. I don't want to say I fell in love with Pittsburgh because I don't think Pittsburgh as a city is in love with Black women. However, I found a really amazing community here, specifically of Black queer people. I felt there was a lack of Black queer events here. There definitely was Black queer events, but they kind of were a little more few and far between than what I was used to as a New Yorker. So that really inspired me to create Most Beautifulest. And through that, I've met some of the most talented, amazing, beautiful people I've ever met in my life in Pittsburgh. And that's really what keeps me here, is a community. But my time it's limited here. My days are numbered in Pittsburgh. I am planning to move this year, but I'll always come back. Again, my mom is here, my friends are here, and I think Pittsburgh has lost a lot of talent and a lot of like influential people that have just kind of given up on the city. And why I really, really relate to that, and I really, really get it. I think because my family is from Pittsburgh, I'll never fully give up on it. I embody the queer community in the art I create because it's just a reflection of the life that I live. Like almost all of my friends are also queer people. It's just like truly not only my community, but my family. So it's just stands to reason that I, as somebody who likes to create art that like reflects the experience that I have in the world as a Black queer woman, as well as my friends and my family, it's just kind of organic process. I also prefer to create art with people that I already know. I consider them to be, I call them my co-conspirators a lot, and my muses, because we talk a lot about how they want to be presented, about maybe how they've never seen themselves reflected in the arts. Or there's a lot of people that say they don't even like getting their picture taken. They've never liked pictures of themselves. So I consider it a collaborative process to have that relationship with the people that I put in my art, and that's how I embody that. Well, first of all, the queer community has given me so much. All of my muses in the arts as well as in nightlife are all queer people who've like helped me and shown me the way and inspired me. So I consider what I do now is literally like paying it forward to the people that I love, that I care about, that I feel deserve the most protection, specifically in this political climate right now. And that's not only creating safe space with the events that I throw. And I think even creating safe space is about more than just, okay, we are physically safe in this space, there's security, there's all that here, but it's just like, we're very like, we as in Most Beautiful, it's my event collective, we're very serious about no transphobia, no homophobia, no racism, no body shaming, nothing without consent, no leering, no staring, like something that really makes us feel like we can live our full lives without any judgment, like surrounded by love and acceptance. There was a time like not that long ago, may not be in our direct lifetimes as like the younger generation, but certainly like our forefathers and mothers and our mentors now, they had to go to these spaces to be themselves. When they lived their everyday lives, when they went to their 9 to 5, when they were walking down the street, it was far more unsafe than it even is for us now for them to really be who they were, specifically our trans siblings. So by creating these spaces, I'm hoping I'm giving back to the queer community. I hope everybody like feels like they can be their true self. I also just with my art, I really want to reflect the queer community in my art at all times. There's a lot of photography, there's a lot of visual art that centers around heterosexuality, heteronormativity. I like also specifically concentrating on sapphic love, the love that women have between each other, being platonic or romantic. And I'm hoping that other Black queer women specifically like see themselves reflected, that it makes them feel seen. There's just a lot of like vibrant, gorgeous, beautiful people that I've met through my events, and you know, I step up to them and say, I'd really like to photograph you. And I show them my work and show them like my eye and my style specifically. And then the conversation starts sort of organically rather. And I kind of don't know sometimes where those two sides of me even begin or end. I feel like they work very intrinsically with each other, not just because I also photograph nightlife anyway, but I think it's just really, everything that I do is actually about people. At the end of the day, that's kind of like the umbrella over like just my interest in the community and people in general. And so my events, yeah, I brought like some of the best people into my life. Like, and at the end of the day, I was just like, I'm a party girl. And I love party people. I think, I always say that as queer people, the dance floor is our ancestral home. To really be introduced to the community in that way, as someone who just like really loves the vibrancy of nightlife and loves music in general, to kind of see how people even use their bodies on the dance floor is very inspiring to me as a visual artist too. I think right now specifically with what's going on in our awful ass government, pride to me is literally existing at this point, existing, not letting anybody tell you who you are, what your pronouns can be, what your gender is. Like the government, society, there's nobody that can tell you who you are. Pride is literally being exactly who you're supposed to be in this world. It makes me kind of emotional right now. I'm really like scared for my community, specifically Black trans people right now. Pride is also protecting each other. We are a community. There's a lot of differences we have. There's a lot of intersections that we embody as people. I'm a Black queer woman. You know, some of my friends are white queer people, white trans people. Black trans men have a different experience than I do as a Black queer woman. But at the end of the day, we're supposed to protect each other. There's not as many of us as there are them. And pride means we have to have each other's backs, especially right now. The parties are fun, the parade is great, you know, the rainbow fashions, love that. But at the end of the day, like, we really need to be united right now. And that is truly like what pride means to me. That's why I call pride my favorite holiday. I love June. I love the fact that you even see queer people in the city that you don't see any other time of the year. it's kind of like our coming out year after year. And I know it's a scary time, but I'm really looking forward to it.